Okay. Greetings, everyone. Today, we are going to discuss some very important food topic. All right, but before we start, let me introduce myself to all those of you who probably don't know who I am. I'm POM-J. I'm here in POM-J's kitchen with Reasons for Vegan. And today, we are going to be discussing food prepping. How by prepping your food in advance, you have time later to cook your food without exerting yourself, taking all that energy out. And also today, we're going to learn about knife skills. How to actually hold a knife, how to actually use a knife and cut properly. All right? So it's going to be a little time. So take your popcorn, your drinks, whatever. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Enjoy. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. First, what I always like to do, the first thing I like to do when I'm prepping my food is chopping my onions, because that's to me is the most challenging aspect of cooking. All right. So before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the knife skill, proper knife skill practice. So in this instance, we have a knife that is in a sleeve. I'm going to take the sleeve out. Now this knife is very, very, very sharp. So what we always like to say when you're cooking and you're using a knife like this to cut, it's a pinch and grab method. So you see this handle right here? You want to grab it just like this, wrap it, right? You want to take your thumb, right? You're going to put it to the side. So if you can see it, I'm putting the thumb to the side just like this. And then you're going to take your pointing finger, right? Right here, and you're going to pinch it like this. So now I'm holding it like here, and I'm holding it like here, right? You want to avoid doing this. A lot of people this is very common for a lot of people. But what happens when you do this, you actually can pull a very serious muscle, nerve. After doing this so many times, that nerve can cause a lot of damage and you can be in some serious pain. So I always encourage people to use the pinch and the grab method, like here, so. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cut this onion. First thing I like to do when I cut the onion, first you see here is the what? The roots, and up here is the stem. All right, so what I like to do is cut down the middle. But we're gonna keep the stem. We're gonna cut that off, but we're gonna keep the root. But before we go there, let me show you quickly what we like to call the claw method. This method is basically a great way to keep from cutting yourself. So for example, when people cut in this way, you cut like this, you can easily chop your hand off. But when you're using a claw method, it's not gonna cut your hands easily, right? And then we also have the arch method, all right? So the arch method is here like this, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and cut this onion in half, and we're gonna use the arch method. Okay. Now, once the onion is cut, I'm gonna go ahead and peel it. All right. Now, there's several layers down to the onion that you want to get to in order to avoid the slippery slope, I like to call it, the slippery side of the onion. Just so when you're actually cutting it with your knife, you're not actually, it's not slipping off, all right? So I like to get at least 1 or 2 layers away. All right, so now you can use your hands to actually peel the onions. And when I'm cutting onions, I actually like to use my glasses to avoid having to cry, because onions can make you cry and it can burn your eyes. So And also when you want to like scrape off stuff, the debris, you always want to use the back of the knife instead of using the front of the knife, because you use the front of the knife, you're going to dull that, basically the knife. And once you dull the knife, you have to sharpen it. And once you sharpen it, the more you sharpen, it gets better, but at the same time, you don't want to wear it off. So to avoid that, you can just use the other side of the knife, okay? All right, so 1 second, I'm gonna go grab my glasses because this onion's already, I barely cut it, and it's already giving my eye a problem. So 1 second, I'll be right back. All right. In here. Oh, all right. So I went ahead and got my glasses. This always helped me. This is just my method. You know, some people like to use other method. I hear put the onion in water, put the onions in the refrigerator, what have you. Whatever method works best for you, that's the method I encourage you to use. So we're gonna go ahead and cut the onion. I like to make incisions, and I want to keep it intact. All right. I'm gonna keep it intact. So like I said, today we're doing prepping. So this prepping method is basically to avoid doing everything at once, because doing everything at once, what happens, you get exhausted, especially if you're cooking a lot of meals, you're cooking a lot of food. So as you can see, it's pretty nice and smooth. So if you see all the onions, they're all chopped up nice like. Got them all chopped up. It's all chopped up nice. All right, I'm gonna put this on the side. I'm gonna work on the other one. The knife I have here is extremely sharp, so. Yeah, the person you hear in the background is my little guy. He's my little Sous Chef. Are you my Sous Chef? You want your little knife? You want your little knife? You're gonna be my Sous Chef, all right? You're gonna help me out once I'm finished and doing my cutting. So as you can see, I'm making incisions. And you see at the tip. If you see at the tip, you got the root still intact. So I'm making incisions. All right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off easily, because this part right here, the stem, we don't need the stem. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, so if you're just joining us, hello out there, greetings out there to everyone. Today we're basically just doing meal prep, prepping your food in advance so you can save yourself some time, and we're doing knife skills. So over and over we'll go over the knife skills, but already we've done one of the aspect of the knife skill. So I'm gonna go ahead and I always have to put my whatever I chopped, put it in my nice little container, put it away. My sous chef is over here watching everything I do, because I know one day he's gonna be in the kitchen cooking for himself. But you can't do much right now, right? Because you're only 15 months old. So we'll go ahead. So we're going to start it again. We're going to go ahead and cut this stem part off. All right, the stem is off. I keep the root. I go ahead and chop the root in the middle. I use the arch method right in the middle. The root is still connected. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and peel it off. So this is my second onion. All right. Yeah, this is like the most boring part of the meal, cooking the meal, because you know it's a lot of work. It's prepping. Prepping is not easy, but once you get the prepping out the way, you don't have to do other stuff. All you do is cook. So it's good to like separate them, especially if you have time. And actually, you can create more time if you stretch it out instead of trying to do everything at once. You can like really exhaust yourself. So I like to cook smart and wise. So I prep in advance and then I cook later. All right. Got this taken care of. Hey, Sous Chef, what are you saying, buddy? Huh? What's on your mind, Mr. Sous Chef? Mr. Sous Chef? What's on your mind, Sous Chef? What's on your mind? Huh? What is it? What is it, buddy? Huh? What is it? What's on your mind? Oh, you wanna get to pick this up? Is that what you dropped something? Oh, there you go. You can pick it up. It's yours. Okay? Go ahead. You watching how to cut this onion, buddy? Because one day you're gonna have to cut this onion. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my these incisions. And you can notice how I'm holding the knife. I'm not grabbing it in a awkward and uncomfortable way. I'm grabbing a very nice and smooth, easy transition way. Get this out of here. This is not something I need. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut down. Okay. All right. Okay. Good to go. All right, got that one out the way. I'm gonna cut all these so I can get them out the way. All right, we'll make another incision. Make an incision. Make an incision. Make an incision. Make an incision. Making this incision. Make an incision. I know a lot of people think cooking is, ooh, it's so sexy. It's so this and that. But when it comes down to the real deal, the majority of people don't want to cook. They rather have somebody else cook and then eat the food, and that's fine. That's why people have to pay to eat the good food, because it's not an easy thing to do. You really have to have the passion to cook and prepare the food. It's a process. If you want to eat a good meal, you have to be patient and you have to have the ability to be disciplined if you want to eat a nice meal. Because rushing your food or rushing cooked food is just as, you might as well go to the fast food restaurant. Anytime you're cooking a real good meal, you take your time and you take that step. Cook a nice quality meal by taking your time. What are you saying, Sous Chef? What's my Sous Chef saying? You have something to say, Mr. Sue? Oh crap! Fell right back out. You have something to say, Mr. Sue? You have something to say? I'm documenting how this is done, so one day, when you're ready, you can watch this video, and then you can cook your own food. Because Daddy laid the blueprint, right? Laid the foundation for you. So you have all the evidence of how to actually use a knife and chop an onion and prep your meal. Right? All right, put this on the side. I got 2 more onions to go. So you're getting a lot of practice from me. This is my 3rd onion. I'm gonna go ahead and cut right down the middle of my arch method. All right, got that out the way. Go ahead and peel the onion. All right. And the onion I'm cutting are basically red onion. I use this onion because it has less acid than the other onion. So this onion is a lot more It's more alkaline than acidic. That's why I use this onion. If anyone is curious and wants to know. All right. Sous Chef, what are you saying, man? You got something to say? You got anything to tell the people? What do you want to tell the people, Sous Chef? Got something to tell the people, Mr. Sous Chef? Yeah, what do you want to tell the people? You want to tell them how to cut an onion? Yeah? You want to show them how to cut an onion? I'm doing the job, so if you want to talk, you can talk, buddy. All right. Yep. Doing all this so we can have some records, have some video archives down the road when people want to learn how to cut and cook certain things. And we got to build a buzz, right? So people know we are here to stay and we are serious. All right, I'm doing my other one. Go ahead and make my incisions like a doctor would do when he's cutting up a patient or a cadaver. All right. All right. All right. Okay, so now we're getting there. Got one more onion. Wawa. 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 You want Wawa? You want some Wawa, buddy? You want some Wawa? You just like watching Daddy cook, huh? You like watching Daddy cook? Is that like that's what you like watching? Alrighty, so we're getting there. This is we got one more onion to go. See, it's not so bad, you know. Afterwards, it's not so bad at all, right? So it's a boring process, but you know, it's not about boring or fun. It's about health. Who said health is going to be, you know, all that glamorous, you know? Well, when you're walking down the street, people looking how healthy your skin looks and how beautiful you're glowing, they're going to wonder, man, what is that person doing? I'm eating healthy. I'm taking time to cook my food. I'm not rushing my cooking. You know, I'm prepping my food in advance so I don't have all that stress later when I have to cook a big meal. You know, I can always have, if I want onions, my onions are cut, ready to go. If I want tomatoes, my tomatoes are cut and ready to go. If I want my ginger, they're cut, ready to go. If I want my peppers, they're cut, ready to go. If I want my jalapenos, they're cut, ready to go. And if I want my mushrooms, they're cut, ready to go. Because in this kitchen, it's reasons for vegan. Vegan is the way for me. Anyone else that about that life, they know what I'm talking about. All right, go ahead and cut that off. All right, go ahead, get in the middle. All right, arch method. Okay, still got it on. Boom, boom. Now it's time to peel it. All right. Peel this, put this on the side, peel this one. All right, put this on the side. gonna go ahead and cut that, cut that, cut that, cut that. Okay. So go ahead and chop it down. Chop, 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 chop. Just keep going down. Okay. Okay. So how you doing over there, Sous Chef? How's my Sous Chef doing? All right over there? All right, we on our last and final onion. And then we're gonna work on our peppers next. And I'll show you how to cut those ones properly. All right, I'm doing the arch method again. All right. Okay. All right, we got this out. So we are done with the onions. Now it's time to move to our peppers. But first, hey Moose, what's going on, my man? Yeah, I'm over here cooking, but this part of the cooking is the prep. I know you've been wanting to watch the video on the CMOS. I have done that, so I'm going to be posting that soon. So just so you know, right now I'm just preparing some onions, and next I'm going to work on some peppers. All right, so go ahead and put these away. So like I said, every time you're cooking food, it's better to prep in advance so you can save time and energy. You prep now, you cook later. Because cooking everything at once can be daunting, and it can be very, very overwhelming. And that's where a lot of people don't even want to cook at all, because they think they got to do everything at once. And you hearing it from me, you don't have to do everything at once. You prep something one day, you prep something the next day, or and then you can cook everything after everything is prepped. Because prepping is one of the most hardest, the most tedious part of cooking. So now we're gonna do our peppers. As you can see, there's a lot of peppers, but it's okay because I'm gonna prep all of them, and then when I'm ready to cook, I can just cook. So what I like to do is always rinse my vegetables, or fruit. So I'm going to ask some questions out there to some of my viewers, just for anyone listening or watching later. Do anyone know the difference between fruit and a vegetable? If you do, if you can just type it down and let me know. What's the difference between a fruit and a vegetable? What makes a fruit a fruit? Do anyone know what makes a vegetable a vegetable? And how many parts do a vegetable have? Or how many types of vegetables are there? If you know, you can type it. If not, I'll give you a couple more seconds, and then I'll answer it for you. All right, so if I don't see anything in about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, well that means I have to go ahead and answer it. So basically, the difference between a fruit and a vegetable is, I always like to teach my little ones, all fruits have seeds, right? So if all fruits have seeds, what does that make this pepper? A vegetable? No, it's not a vegetable. It's a pepper. Well, you say, why, POM-J? Why is that a pepper? Because when I cut this pepper open and you look inside of it, what are you going to find? You're going to find seeds. That's right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You are going to find seeds. Therefore, that makes it a fruit. So all fruits have seeds. Does that mean a tomato is a fruit? That's right. Tomatoes are fruit. Why is it a fruit? Because it has seeds. So I hope everyone got it. So next time I ask you in the future, what makes a fruit, you now know. And now I'm going to talk about what makes a vegetable. All right, so we're going to talk about the different types of vegetables. All right, so we have a lot of different types of vegetables. So for example, when we are dealing with vegetables, we have 5 different types of vegetable. All right, or 5 different stages in which a vegetable goes through to become a specific vegetable. All right, so let's start with our roots. All right, so our root vegetables, for example, are what? We could say potatoes. So potato is like a root vegetable, right? It's a root vegetable. Another type of root vegetable is what else? A carrot. Why? Because it's something that grows underground, right? You got to pull it out the ground. Those are your root vegetables. And then from the root vegetables, you have what you call bulb vegetables. So bulb vegetables are something I just actually cut earlier, which were what? Tomatoes. So tomatoes is a bulb vegetable. All right. Why is it a bulb vegetable? Because it's grown under, but at the same time, if you look at it, it looks like a bulb, right? And then you have other types of bulb vegetables, all right? And then from bulb vegetables, what do we have next? We have our stem vegetable. So for example, what are our stem vegetables? So we will say our stem vegetables are like celery, like a celery. Ever had a celery? Yes, that's like a stem vegetable. All right. And now when we go next from our stem vegetable, we're going to go to our leaves vegetable, our leaf. So leaf are like your leafy greens, like your kale, your lettuce, those kind of things. Those are your leaf vegetables. Then from there, you're going to go to your flower vegetable. So now we're hitting number 5. Flower vegetables are your vegetables like cauliflower, broccoli. Those are your flower vegetables. So now you have an idea what different types of vegetables that we have and what is a vegetable and what is a fruit. A fruit is anything that has seeds, and vegetables have 5 different parts. So you got your root, you got your bulb, you got your stem, you got your leaves, and you got your flower. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You're now educated on what makes a vegetable, and what makes a fruit. And remember, all fruits have seeds. I don't care what it is. It's a vegetable. It's not a vegetable if it has seeds. It's a fruit. Sometimes it can get tricky because you got for example, a okra. Some people think okra is a vegetable, but no, okra is not a vegetable. Okra is a fruit. Again, why is it a fruit? Because it has seeds. All right, so all fruits have seeds. So it's very important to know the difference. So when you're eating your vegetables and you're eating your fruits, it's okay to eat it together. It's really good. It's even better. But also when you're eating your vegetables, I always encourage my friends to eat the rainbow. I'm not talking about Skittles, people. No, I'm not. I'm talking about different colors of vegetables. Why? Because all those different colors carry what you call vitamins and minerals. And those vitamins that you eat, 8 different types of areas in your body. And it helps you become healthier. All right? We got our A, we got our B, we got our C, and we got our D. But our D you can get from the sun, or you can also get from cod liver oil if you're doing vitamin D. And also we got our E and we got our K. All right. So our K is basically our friends with all of our other A, B, C, D, and all the others that have it, or at least the A, B, C, and E. Our D you can find by going out in the sun. So if you go out in the sun, that's where you can find your vitamin D. But like I said, some people can take vitamin D pills, or also some people like to take cod liver oil to get vitamin D. So that can work as well. Yeah. So I hope the information that I'm disseminating is beneficial to some of my friends out there, and they can take it and put it to practice. So when you're eating all these different colors, when you're eating the rainbow, you're getting all these vitamins, all these minerals, and all these nutrients inside of your blood, inside of your body. That's going to aid you and keep you sick free and keep you healthy. So you see I have vitamin, I have my orange, I have my red, I have my yellow, I have my green, I have my brown, even brown, you know. Yeah. So in later vegetables, I'll do videos on what specific colors of these vegetables, what specific benefits they give you. So that's for later videos. This video is going to be focusing specifically on food prep and knife safety. So it's important to know how to use a knife. Because a hurt chef or a mean chef or a bleeding chef is not going to make a good meal, I'll tell you that. All right? So that's what I'm doing here. Is that Cousin Patience? Hey, Cousin Patience, how you doing? How you doing over there in Maryland? I hope everything is going well. Tell the family I said hi. Tell my man UJ I said what's going on. He needs to be watching this food channel so he can start cooking his own food. Yeah, so I'm over here just doing meal prepping, specifically food prep and knife safety skills. So I'm glad you're able to join us. Kansu is over here knocked out. He's in the back. He's sleeping. Earlier he was making a lot of noise. He's my sous chef. So my sous chef has retired for the night, or for the time being. He's knocked out, laying over here. So tell the family I said hi over there. So the reason I'm prepping all these meals is actually I'm getting prepared for an order. I have an order to prepare for. People can go online to reasonsforvegan.com. If you're in the Columbus, Ohio area or the region, you can actually order food. I actually deliver it, or you can come and pick it up. I have a drop-off location, or pick-up location. So I'm making all these for my meals, for my customer. And the two dish that I'm actually gonna be making, they order three things, but the two most important ones are the vegan pad thai. That's like a crowd favorite. A lot of people like to order that one. And also the vegan pizza. So a lot of people like to order vegan pizza. So I'm going to basically cook those two. But before I cook that, I always like to prep for that. Because trying to cook all that at once, it can be very overwhelming. So it's good to try to prep all of that in advance. So when I cook, all I got to do is just add this, add that, put the stove on, and let it do its thing. So by doing this in advance, it's going to help me on time. It's going to help me on my energy, so I don't have to do all the hard work all at once. So it's very good that way. So if you feel like you need to cook everything at once, I'm here to tell you it's not so wise, because what's going to happen is you might be tired. It just might be that day. You don't feel like cooking. You don't feel like being in the kitchen and be on a hot stove. And it might lessen your time if you prep everything in advance and say, you know what, I might cut an onion today and cut some tomatoes tomorrow and cut some peppers this day, and whatever you're preparing, you do it step by step. So by the time you cook the main meal, it'll feel like it's effortless. You feel like you didn't even do nothing, but because you took time to prep all those necessary things that you had to do anyway to get it done, instead of doing it all at once, you save your energy and you save your time. So I'm getting there. It's not an easy task. This job is not for the faint. You have to be passionate about it, and you have to be dedicated and disciplined to do this. So, who say being your own boss is easy? If you ask my family, I barely sleep. I'm always up. Come from one job to the next job. But you know what? It's fun. To me, it's not a job. It's a passion. It's a lifestyle. So I'm gonna be doing this either way. If people order food, people don't order food, I'm still gonna be cooking. So it doesn't matter to me. It's just good to know that people enjoy or appreciate what I make for them, and they're willing to pay for it. That's the difference. Making your hobby or your talent, you monetize it, and that's what I'm doing. All right, so that looks pretty good. I think I can put this one away right now. All right. I always like to put all my stuff away because I can use this later. Like I said, after you never use the actual teeth of the knife to clear your stuff. You want to use the back of it. It's easier, and you can save your knife from being dull. Okay, you don't want to get it dull, especially if it's a nice sharp knife. You can make it go longer if you use it wisely. All right, so I got this out the way. I got a couple more. I'm getting there. We're almost there. After I'm done with this, then I'm gonna attack the jalapenos. After I'm done with the jalapeno, then I got the tomatoes, and I got the mushrooms. So step by step. It's not an overnight process. Step by step. But yeah. Feel free to say anything if you want to comment on anything. I can read it. I can't respond. I can respond verbally, but I can't respond by typing. So if you feel like you want to say anything or ask a question, feel free to do that while I'm here. This is a conversation. It's not just me talking. So I'm only talking because I haven't heard anyone comment. So if you feel like you want to ask a question, if you want to say something, feel free to say it or ask that question. Don't be shy. All right? There's no stupid question. There's no dumb question. So if there's something burning your heart that you want to ask about cooking, or something you always thought you knew but you weren't sure about, and you got someone here who is involved in food education, take advantage of that and ask, because I'm not always online. So catch me while you can. All right, now you can catch me. Okay. Got this done. I'm almost there. I'm working. Getting there little by little. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, for those of you who are Amazon Prime members or Amazon, involved in the Amazon community, today I think is the final day for the Prime. So if you want to buy whatever you think your loved ones or you may need, it's good to go on Amazon and get it now. I know you're wondering, why is he over here promoting Amazon? Well, I am the new Amazon Prime delivery specialist. Yes, you heard it right here. I am officially one of the drivers that you might see coming to your home and delivering your package, if you're in the Columbus, Ohio region. And sometimes we drive as far as the Appalachia, so you might see me if you live in the Appalachia. As far as Kentucky or even West Virginia, because we do go that far as an Amazon driver. But that's just like my part-time, something on the side. My full-time is a food educator. And then all my other side businesses that I do, all my little ventures that I do, as my passion and my way of life. But yeah, so for my Amazon Prime members, because I'm a Amazon Prime member, yeah, so if you're an Amazon Prime member, take advantage. Oh, you know what? I'm actually done with the onion, so I actually don't need my glasses anymore. Perfect. So I am good now, because the onion is not something I gotta worry about. So I'm over here. Okay. All right, so I'm getting closer, guys. We got about what? 1, 2, 3, 4 more left with those peppers. And then after that, I got to attack the jalapenos. All right, so you guys just sit back, relax, and if you're there, continue hanging in there. If you're not, you can always catch the videos later when we're done, so you can refer to them down the road if you. Oh, how did he cut the peppers again? Oh, how did he cut the tomatoes? Or how did he cut the onions? I want to know that. So you always have this video to go back to. All right. I do it for education purposes. You know, as you see me all the time, I'm still holding the handle. I'm holding the handle. All right. So the handle that I'm holding is where you want to hold at all time, okay? Anytime you're cooking and you're using this knife, you hold this handle. Don't try to get all up here. You're going to hurt all of your nerves in your hand. So use this. You got a handle for a reason. I will not ever encourage anyone to cut anything without a handle, especially using a knife, because your hands will be sore. You will be in pain. Okay? So we getting there. We getting there, people. We getting there. So just hang in there. You can take a break. You want to come back, that's fine, because I'm going to be here for a while. And as you can see, this is a tedious, long process. That's why a lot of people don't like cooking. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not for everyone, but it's for those who want to ensure whatever they're eating, they know exactly what's going in their bodies, as I think everyone should. You should be all mindful and conscious of what you put in your body at all times. So if you feel like you get sick, you know exactly what could have possibly caused the sickness, as opposed to not monitoring or not knowing. And it's okay to have some sometime food in your life, but that's just it. Make that sometime food a sometime food rather than all the time food, which a lot of people do. The majority of Americans, they have more sometime food that are all-time food than all-time food that are sometime food. So yeah, do more all-the-time food and do less sometime food. Because we got to enjoy our life too, you know. I'm not saying to go on a prison strike where you can't enjoy your life. You want to enjoy it, but you want to be safe at the same time. What's the purpose of living life if you can't live the best quality life? So cook your food at least 2 or 3 days out the week, just like you should be exercising at least 2 or 3 days out the week. If you do that, trust me, you'll live a long, healthy, great life. We're not talking about, natural disaster or anything like that, because anything can happen, but at least you can ensure that. All right, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. Okay. My sous chef over here, he's still knocked out. Can't see him, but he is knocked out. Let me give you a nice little view of my sous chef, because he's over here knocked out. Let me see. My sous chef over there, look. He's knocked out. Let's see what he's doing. Look at him. My sous chef is knocked out. Yeah, that's all the work he's doing for tonight. He helped me a little bit. So now he's just resting up. He needs to rest up. He's been active all day. So if your child is giving you a lot of problems, especially if they're a little toddler, sometimes they just want to be around you. So put them in a high chair, set them around you, and just do whatever you're doing, and they eventually will go to sleep, as my little sous chef has done. Okay. Boop. Got one more left with all my peppers. These are my bell peppers. I got all the different colors here. All right. Woo! I feel good right now. That was a lot of peppers. But the good thing is, I chopped enough up, and now I'm done with this one. Finishing up this one. Okay, let's see. Okay. Put that out the way. Okay, got that out the way. Excuse me. Almost there with that. All right, I am on my last cut for my bell peppers. All right, then next will be my jalapeno. Alrighty, perfect. So now I'm gonna put my rest of my peppers in here. And again, using the other end of the knife to scrape this thing off. Right, now we're gonna work on our jalapeno. Okay, we'll put this in here. I also like to do compost, so you know we can always use this for awesome dirt, some soil for the earth, to decompose. Now I'm gonna these are my jalapenos. I'm gonna wash or rinse them off. And then I'm going to cut them up nice like, and we'll be good to go and cut those. All right. Now, when you're cutting jalapenos, just like cutting peppers, if you want seeds in it, which I personally like the seeds, because the seeds, for me, they're good. I mean, you should eat the seeds. But if you don't, I'll show you how to like avoid cutting into the seeds on here, so you can actually have no seeds inside of your dish. If you're, because sometimes when you're dealing with jalapenos, the peppers are actually where it's at when it comes to the hotness. When it's really hot, the seeds, I mean, it's where it's at. The seeds in it can make it really hot. So, okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and chop. First, what I like to do, like you can see me, I'm still doing my pinch and wrap and grip method. Okay, my pinch and grab method here. Right there, right? Now I'm gonna come down. Cut this little part off right here, which is the stem. All right, stem is off. I have to use the little corners of it. I think I can use the corner. All right. So now, if you can look deep down in there, you're gonna see the seeds. You can go with this method, chop around like that, but you gotta be very, very, very good, and you gotta be a pro with this knife, especially the sharp knives. Or the other method, you can stand it up just like this, put it to the side, and just go right straight down. Do you see any seeds in there? Nope. I avoided the seeds. Do the same thing over here. Straight down. Do you see any seeds in there? Nope. I avoided the seeds. So now you go down here. Let's cut it down here. It's almost, look at that. Probably got a couple of seeds, but as opposed to all this seeds in there. For me, I like the seeds, but I just have to show you guys how it's done. So I'm gonna take the seeds and I'll put it in my my little container here. Okay. Again, you guys are here with POM-J Kitchen, Reason for Vegan, preparing some food for customers to buy later. And we're doing meal prep, prepping the food so we can cook later. And we're going over knife safety. So those are the two things that we're going over. We talked about earlier how do you know a fruit is a fruit? So we all know what a fruit is now, right? Or we should. And how do we know what type of vegetables, what type of vegetables we have, and what kind of vegetables we have? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and chop my jalapenos up. Okay, it's all chopped up and ready to go. Go ahead, chop this up. That's one, so I'm gonna just go straight down the line. Whoop. All right. Okay. Again, I'm gonna take the seeds because I like the hotness. I like the seeds. Okay. I'm so glad I got rid of some of my habits, my terrible habits of holding the knife like this. Avoid that. I used to have a terrible habit. Now I'm so used to holding the handle now that I feel so comfortable with it. But before I used to feel a lot of pain throughout my body because that nerve that I use it to hold it with. Oh, my little Sous Chef. There you go, buddy. There you go, Sous Chef. There you go, buddy. Sleep, okay? Relax. Make sure the little guy is okay, because when he gets up, it's a whole different world. Oh man, this guy's about to get up. It's like King Kong waking up. Don't want to wake up the sleeping giant because we might not be happy with us. So I'm going to let the sleeping Sleeping giant sleep as much as I can, because that's the only way I can get things done around here. Because when the sleeping giant get up, it's over. We getting there. Got about 2 more after this, 3 more. Okay. Want Wawa? Sleeping giant has awakened. Want Wawa? Wawa? Want water? Any water? Wawa? If you want Wawa, I'll give you some Wawa, okay, baby? Wawa? Wawa? What? Want to try one of the fruits and vegetables over here? Come on, buddy. Use your words. What do you want? Wawa? Want some Wawa? Wawa? Okay, look like he wanted some water. Okay. We're getting there. It's a tedious process, but somebody got to do it. That's why people pay big bucks for other people to cook for them. Wawa? Wawa? Want Wawa? Wawa, Mr. Sue? Oh, are you clapping? You want to go watch it with Grandma? Want to watch it with Nana? Want to go watch? No? You want to stay here? Okay. You can stay here. You can still be my sous chef. Yeah. I got you, buddy. We're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there. You want to go to your mama? You want to go to your mama? jalapeno. All right, that's good. I'm doing really good timing. You want to go over there, don't you? You want to go over there, don't you? You want me to take you over there? Okay, I'll take you. Let me finish this final jalapeno, okay? I'll take you, okay? Can you be patient, buddy? After I'm done with this jalapeno, I'll take you, okay? That is not a promise. That's a guarantee, okay? Once I'm done with this, I'll take you. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I got this out the way. Let's go ahead and put this in. Let me just go and put this together. It takes forever sometimes. All right, these are all my jalapenos. Awesome. Got my jalapenos out the way. Now, what's next? All right, it's getting milk. This food prepping is getting closer. Now we got our tomatoes. Boom. Then from our tomatoes, we have our cremini mushroom. Then from cremini mushroom, we have our little ginger root, and we are good to go for the rest of the evening. Always make sure, even if it's organic, still rinse it off a little bit. Alright. We're getting there, buddy. Oh yeah, I told you I was going to go and take you over there, right? So let me go ahead. Yep, let me go ahead and take you over there, because I did promise you. Yeah. So I'm going to go take you. Let me take this glove off. Alright, I told you I'll take you, and I am a man of my word, so I'm going to go ahead and take you. Ready? You ready? You did really good today, okay? You want to go sit with your grandma? Want to sit with your nana? Come on. We can watch her show. Let's get you out of here, okay? Why are you stuck? Get your feet out of there, okay? Oh, you good? I'm going to tell my people, say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Bye. Say bye. Can you wave to them? Say bye. See you later. All right, let's get you over here. All right, want to watch your show, Grandma? Yeah. We're doing both.
Washing or taking out?
Alrighty, so we're getting there. Perfect. So I have returned. Now we're gonna cut these tomatoes in a real small piece because we're gonna need them for later. Probably do like about 4 of them. Now I'm on my tomatoes. Cutting my tomatoes up real nice and small so they can be used as some toppings later. So like I said, I'm going to be making some vegan pad thai, and then I'm going to be making vegan pizza. So these are all going to be used in both of those dishes. So, yeah. I always use grape tomatoes primarily because I like them a little bit more tastier, and also they're more on the alkaline side. So I use grape tomatoes for those reasons. All right, we're getting there. All right. Yeah, we almost there. Like I said, this is a tedious process, very tedious. It's not easy. So for all those people who don't know how tedious the work is for a chef, I hope they can get appreciation when that food comes out and you eat it and you're like, oh my goodness, what is this? That chef actually put their blood, sweat, and tears into it. Not necessarily their blood, but you know, their hard work into it. Because to sit down and chop, especially yourself, like, you know, chefs will have sous chef do that work, because, you know, that's like stuff you do when you're trying to get some experience and become that chef that everyone's respect and want to eat their food. You have to do this kind of tedious work, but when you're a one-man show, you're the chef, you're the sous chef, you're everything. That's what I am right now. So I got to do everything. Because one day when that time comes, when I do have not just one or two or three sous chefs, I will have been here, done it, can say, oh, I know exactly what you're going through, instead of just saying, oh, I need that tomatoes cut, I need those onions cut, I need that, and expect more than reasonable out of them. You know, like, no, I've done it many a time by myself, and I'm still doing it. So that day will come one day, but we don't know when that one day will be. But just keep doing it until that day comes, because it will come. One day you might look up and see another person doing all my chopping. I'm just cooking. That's what you call progress. But right now, taking the small steps. So we're getting the tomatoes, we're getting them chopped down, we're almost there. Next is gonna be our, what is it? Our portobello mushroom, which is like our baby mushroom. Actually, it's not portobello, it's a cremini mushroom, baby mushroom. Or baby bella, yeah, I guess you can say it, baby bella. But cremini is the same thing. Almost there. And these videos, like I said, it can always be a reference point, a reference guide for those who down the road say, hey man, I want to see how he prepped all those ingredients and vegetables to make his meal. So today you're gonna see the process of making the prep, and then I may do another video live to actually show the process of making those two other dishes. So I'm gonna cook them simultaneously. I'm gonna cook the vegan pad thai, and I'm gonna cook the vegan pizza. So you'll see two different meals being cooked at once. Because all the prepping is done, and all I gotta do is just put this here, put that there, boom, it's ready. All right, perfect. So I got all my tomatoes all ready to go. Put it in here. So we just cut up our fruit. And I know some of the people who are watching like, what do you mean we cut some fruit up? Yes, those are fruits. Tomatoes are fruits. Why? Because they have seeds. We went over this earlier in the video, so if you missed it, you can always rewatch it. Tomatoes are seeds. Anything with seeds, tomatoes are fruits. Anything with seeds are fruits, okay? So that's done. So we got our peppers chopped up, all packed. We got our tomatoes packed up, chopped up. We got our onions all packed up. Now we're gonna work on our baby Bella cremini mushrooms. All right, let's knock this out. Okay, we're gonna rinse them like I always do. I rinse all my vegetables. What? Go ahead and rinse them. Use that for my compost, for soil. It's always good to compost. Always good to compost. Okay. And then we got our final one, which is you're gonna learn how to cut this. Now actually how to peel this as well. A lot of people don't know how to actually peel this, but you're gonna learn how to peel this today. All right, I'm gonna show you. There's a very simple, easy method to peel this, and a very easy, simple method to chop it up as well. This is ginger root, for all those who aren't aware what this is. This is ginger root. Ginger root. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and rinse off the mushroom. All right, let's rinse off the mushroom. Mushroom rinsed off. Go ahead and put it over here on the side. I need to grab a mushroom container as well. Alright, this is for a mushroom. Alright, let's go and knock this mushroom out. Okay. So the way I like to do the mushroom, basically, nice and small, nice and chopped up. And I chop things pretty small because the smaller they are, the harder it is for people to even know it's in there. But some people don't like mushrooms, some people don't like peppers, onions, they don't like certain things. So I make it really small where you can't even tell they're in there, but they're in there and you're eating it and they're nutritious and they're good for you. So, yeah. Oh, my sous chef look like he's returned. Have you returned, Mr. Sue? You returned?
No.
No, you didn't return. What you want?
You right there?
Yeah, what do you want? How can I help you, buddy? You see me over here trying to do your job. Yeah, this your job. This is the job you're supposed to be doing. But you're not ready yet. You still need some experience. Yeah. Yeah, you still need some experience, buddy. Excuse me, buddy. I need you to leave that alone, okay? Can you do that for me? No. I need you to leave that cupboard alone. Okay? Thank you. Yes. Yes. Yes, how can I help you, buddy? I thought you were gonna be with your nana. Coming over here? You wanna be with your nana? No? Okay. No problem. Just don't be behind me because I don't want to step on you on accident. You wanna go play? Wanna go play? Go play. You gonna lay there? You wanna strike? My little guy got a personality. Boy's on strike. You wanna strike over there, buddy? You wanna strike? You're not happy with Daddy right now? Yeah, well, Daddy gotta work. If I don't work, we don't eat, buddy, so I gotta work. Getting there. We're almost there. So I was saying, look at all this time. Look how long it's taking thus far to do this. So imagine the time that it's going to save me tomorrow when I'm actually just putting the whole meal together and preparing it. Like, I would skip some hours, at least an hour. If you have all that stuff to chop up, all that stuff to prepare, you just chop the whole hour off your time, or more. But don't forget, I'm doing all this by myself, so it can be very tedious. But I'm getting there. I'm still not rushing, taking my time. So I want my clients, my customers that eat, they can feel that energy that I put in there. They can feel the effort that I put in the food. I wasn't rushed. Time was taken to prepare it. So alright, so let's go ahead and put some of this in here. Look how much I cut so far. It's a lot. Alright, man, we're getting there.
When I use this, I can't.
Can't eat for it.
You see the,
Consul is over here.
oh.
I know, it's okay.
King Consul?
There you go. King Consul.
King Consul too, so I can
Yeah, didn't you hear Nana calling you? Oh, you going? You're like, I'm here, Nana. I'm just watching and playing with my daddy's foot. Yes? I'm coming, buddy. I'm just finishing up this meal prep, food prep. Yeah. Then I'll read you a book and put you to sleep, okay? Oh. Yes. 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 How can I help you? How can I help you, baby? How can I help you, man? How can I help you, Mr. Sue? How can I help you, Mr. Sue? Mr. Sue? Yeah, I'm almost there, buddy. Look, I'm on my last mushroom, and then I got the, I'm on my last mushroom. Then I have the ginger root to do, the root of the ginger, and then I'm done. All right, so we're almost there, buddy. We're doing a good timing. But all this meal prep, once it's done, it's always going to be on camera. It's always going to be evidence that you should now know how to prep in advance all your food, so when it's time to actually cook, you save yourself a lot of time, you save yourself a lot of energy, and all you do is do a simple thing. Turn the stove on, put the pot on, simmer your vegetables, and just, oh man, just have a very You want to go check on your brother Jade? Kansu? Want to go check on Jade? Go check on Jade. See what's going on. Go. Go check on him. Go check on him. Alright, folks. We are officially done with all the actual big vegetables. So, for example, right here. This is our... What is it? Tell me. It's our ginger. And what would we say our ginger is? Would it be a root? Would it be a bulb? Would it be a stem? Would it be a leaf? Would it be a flower? What can you guess? What does it look like? I would say a root. Root. Alright, so I'm going to teach you how to actually peel this root vegetable. Alright, so normally what I do, I grab a spoon, I'm going to peel it. Real simple like. Boom. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. I don't have to use no knife to cut myself up. I use my little spoon. good, buddy. Yes, Sue. Yes, Sue. Yeah. All right, so it's nice and peeled. So now I'm gonna cut it up. Compost. Compost, compost. 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 Alright, so let's go ahead and chop it up. Okay. So I'm chopping it all up, and I'm going to basically mince it. So I just want to make sure it's chopped really nice and fine. Right, because I'm going to mince it. Let me see. Yeah. All right, so I'm just go ahead and mince it. And this is my way to mince it. Keep your hands on top of the blade, the top part. Just go like a motion, round motion, like that. All right, buddy, I'm coming. Yeah, what's up? I think I got something for you.
How many pounds?
You want this?
You want some?
I mean, I'm just trying something so you can...
Yeah, come on out here. Let's see what they have. Come here. Part of road station.
I like to use ginger in all of my meals because it's really good for your immune system and it's good for your stomach. And ginger's good for everything. Oh, Jada is crying. So Jada is crying. I'll be hungry. All right.
You know you want for real?
All right.
Are you really serious? You can go.
yeah, this is as minced as I'm gonna get it right now. So I take this. This is fine with me. So voila, my ginger. Put it in my little case. All right. So it looks like, so we got our mushroom, we have our tomatoes, we have our peppers, we have our onions, and then we have our ginger. So there you have it. All this meal prep will save you time to do your actual meal. So save time, prep now, cook later. All right, and now you know how to handle a knife, pinch and grab method, and how to chop an onion and chop all the other vegetables. So that will conclude today's lesson and today's video with POM-J's Kitchen, Reason for Vegan. And until next time, subscribe to the YouTube videos, the YouTube page, and I'll see you guys soon. All right? Stay tuned for the next video, for the next cooking live. All right. You guys have a great night.